Hey guys, so I'm here to do a massive book haul. It is way too big. I need to stop buying books. But you can't really blame me, right? I mean, it was my birthday and I got a ton of gift cards and then Borders had massive sales. How can I resist? So I have 17 books. Holy crap. Again, most of these were like really cheap, so keep that in mind. So first I went to Hastings and I found 3 books that I've been looking for a long time, and they're Mitch Albom's books. I got Tuesdays with Maury, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, and For One More Day. And I've heard great things about these books from my friend Britt, so I decided to pick all 3 of these up because they had them there at the Hastings and they're kind of hard for me to find. This one is a memoir, and it's supposed to be really good, and it's the book that changed millions of lives. That's what it says on the back. So I feel like this is going to be a great read. And I think this is another one of her favorite books, Britt's favorite books, H.G. Acting Girl. And it's, like the title says, it's about a guy that dies saving a little girl, I think, at an amusement park, and he goes to heaven. But before he goes to heaven, he meets 5 people that he met in life and kind of reflects on his life before he goes to heaven. And then For One More Day is about a mother who has a son, and I think one of them dies or they have a family member that dies, and it's about like thinking about what would happen if they could be with that person for one more day. Something like that. And this sounds really good. All these books sound amazing, so I'm really excited to read this author. The next book I got I've already finished because it was that amazing, and that's With or Without You by Brian Ferry. And this book is an LGBT novel, which you don't really see a lot of in literature, which is completely stupid because, you know, there are gay teenagers out there and it's just something that people shun for stupid reasons, I think. But yeah, I'm going to have a review of this soon because it was amazing. Then I got Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, and I got the bigger version. As you can see, it's not the massive paperback. It's the huge paperback because I like the words to be bigger and I don't want to read little teeny tiny words, and it looks nicer on the shelf too. So that's why I got this. This is supposed to be really good high fantasy. Even though one of my friends didn't really like it, I'm still going to give it a shot, even though it is massive. Then I went to another Borders closing sale and got 3 more books. I got Bleeding Violet by Dia Reeves, and this is supposed to be a really good supernatural fiction book about a girl who is kind of insane. She's not like completely insane, but she's not right in the head, and she starts seeing things, and there's supposed to be some sort of demons maybe, or something like that. It sounds like a kind of Halloween-y kind of book, and I'm kind of looking for those since Halloween's coming up, so I wanted to read one of these. Then I got Taken by Storm by Angela Morrison, and I love Angela Morrison. She is a really amazing author. Her book, Singing to Sleep, is one of my favorite reads this year, and I'm excited to read this one because it's like a romance trilogy about a girl who is Mormon, and she meets a guy who is sort of lost in his life. He is kind of depressed, and it seems like they both kind of fall in love in order to help each other through their struggles, and I kind of like that sort of plot, so I got this. Then I got Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy, and this book sounds really interesting. It's about a boy that learns about Indian scalping in the 1850s, which sounds very dark and very gory. And what's really weird about this book is in the beginning of the chapters, they summarize the whole chapter right before you read it. Yeah, Cormac McCarthy is kind of an odd author. He does that sometimes, or at least not. He did that in this book. In the other book that I read, which I loved, which is The Road, there's no character names in the book at all. It's just the man and his son, and minor characters that they meet along the way in this post-apocalyptic world, and this one is like a historical fiction world. So I'm excited to read this because I really love The Road by Cormac McCarthy, so this sounds really good. Then I went to Borders again, another time, and got Maybe by Brent Runyon. And this one I saw in Melissa's book haul, or book collection video rather, that she put up recently, and she took it down. But I saw this in her collection, and she hasn't really reviewed it yet, but I just keep thinking about it. Every time she shows it, she says it's really good. So I decided to just pick it up because it kind of felt like it was kind of just sitting there on the shelf, and I didn't think it would ever get bought, so I just bought it, you know. Kind of a pity buy for me. And the next book I got that day was Rules of Survival by Nancy Werlin. And again, this is another book that Melissa recommended in her book collection video, and I just decided to get it. It sounds like a really dark, realistic fiction book, and I'm really in the mood for those right now, so decided to get it, and I'm excited to read this one. And I won a book. My good friend Chloe, Alter Your Cleft, sent me her book, Morken. And this is a novella. It's not very long. It's like 60 pages. And it's actually a proof copy, so this is one of the first copies that were ever printed, and it's signed with a little message from me, and I'm going to upload an unboxing of this soon, so, or maybe it's already up by now, I don't know. I'm going to film this and put it up later, so yeah. But I'm excited to read this. It sounds like a really interesting book, and I love Chloe. She's an awesome, awesome person, really nice. Check out her YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below and in the annotation somewhere around here. Then on the way to Spokane, we went to Spokane recently for a little family trip. And I got The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han from Fred Meyer, just kind of a because kind of book. I wanted to read a book on the way there, but I didn't end up reading this one yet, but I kind of want to read this because summer's still going, and I kind of want to read it before summer ends, so it just sounds like a fun, light read to me, and I've heard kind of good things about it, so we'll see how this goes. And I went to yet another Borders closing sale because those are just too much fun and too hard to resist. And I picked up Lockdown by Alexander Gordon Smith, or rather Lockdown Escape from the Furnace, and this is another sort of dark, scary kind of book, kind of a post-apocalyptic horror novel about this underground furnace that they keep kids in, and it's like really, really violent and eerie and dark, and they try to escape from it, obviously. So this sounds really, really good. Then I found Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden, and I really, really like this cover. I think it's just so much better than the movie cover, and it kind of goes around a little bit, even on the back, so you can see her shoulder right there, which is really cool. And I know that Claudia, Mrs. Book Lover, check her out below. She really, really loved this book. This was the first book, or one of the first books that she read this year, or was it next year, or last year? Might have been last year, actually. But she said this was an amazing book, so I decided to get it. The next book I got was at a Hastings, and it was like half price, so why not? I got Unwind by Neil Shusterman, and this is another sort of horror, kind of dystopian sci-fi book. And again, because of Halloween coming up, I wanted to read this at that time of year, because I really love Halloween, and I love getting scared and reading about horrible, horrible things, because that's what Halloween's all about. And then I found a book that I've been looking for forever, and it's crazy because it's so popular, and I still couldn't find it. And that's An Abundance of Katherines by John Green. And I got this because Melissa and I have decided to read all of his books in 1 month in September. So I thought, okay, I need to get this book before September comes. And I found it! So I don't know if we're gonna start off from Looking for Alaska and go up, but we'll figure that out once September comes, I guess. And then finally, the last book I got, oh my god, this is such a long haul. Boneshaker by Cherie Priest, or Cherie Priest, I don't know how to pronounce her name. And this is a zombie, post-apocalyptic, historical fiction steampunk novel. That's a lot of genres. And Scott Westerfeld and Cassandra Clare said this was an amazing book, so I decided to get it. And also, it has brown print. Isn't that interesting? I think this might be a good book for Melissa to read because she really likes steampunk, and this is Zombies, Steampunk, Post-Apocalyptic Historical Fiction, Melissa. Holy crap, that sounds awesome. And that's my book haul. I'm done. Holy crap, I need to edit this. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time.